Hey guys! Today we're going to be taking a look at the Pakt One Travel Bag, which is a really versatile and durable 35-liter travel bag. And I've been excited to test this one out for a while. I've seen it in a ton of different videos, including the Minimalist documentary and also on Matt D'Avella's YouTube channel. So there's just been a ton of really great reviews on it. And I've been testing this out for the past couple of weeks, and so far it's been a really great experience. The bag has a great build quality, a ton of space, and I just really like the organizational layout that it has. So I'm really excited to walk through it with you guys, and I want to thank the company for sending the bag for me to test out. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the outside of the bag, I really like the overall aesthetic. In general, I normally feel that shoulder bags have more of a sophisticated and fashionable look than a lot of travel bags, and that's definitely the case here. I feel like it looks great. It matches up well with a bunch of different outfits, particularly when I'm traveling. If I was wearing something like a blazer, this would go really well with something like that. Or for just walking around the city, if I wanted to use this as kind of a work and gym bag, it really feels like it's going to blend in well in a ton of different environments. And then the bag is offered in a few different colors. The version that I have here is the all black, but it's also offered in a navy and in a gray coloring, and it looks great in all of those options. And then moving into the materials, this all black version is made out of a really durable feeling 420D nylon dobby. It feels very rugged and like it's gonna hold up well to rougher usage. And then on top of that, the bag also has really nice YKK zippers on all the main areas. And then a bonus with the all black version that it also has this nice kind of aqua guard covering to help add that additional protection if you happen to get caught in some rain. One thing that I will mention about the zippers, considering that this is a travel bag, is that they aren't lockable, which would have been a nice addition to help add that extra bit of security to the bag. And then continuing along the outside, the bag also has these really thick and well reinforced handles that are going to allow you to carry this when you don't want to wear the bag on your shoulder. And so I really like this material here. It feels very durable and like it's not going to rip even when the bag is a little bit more packed out. And then at the top, the handles are a little bit more reinforced and thicker to help add that extra bit of comfort when you're carrying it like this. Moving down along the bottom, you have a little bit of kind of faux leather accenting here to add just a little bit more style, and then you also have these metallic legs on the bottom to help keep the bag protected when you're placing this down on the ground. One thing I was a little bit sad to see on the outside is that there is no sort of external water bottle pocket, but the bag does include these little loops along the outside on both sides that allow you to clip on additional things with something like a carabiner, which is what I currently have here. So I've been using this to clip my water bottle on so I don't have to put it on the inside. This has also been a great spot for attaching something like my Beats Studio wireless headphones, or maybe even for hanging an additional pair of shoes if I run out of space on the inside. And then jumping into the capacity, the bag comes in at about 35 liters, which is a really great travel bag size. I was easily able to fit all the items that I would normally take with me on a 1 to 2 week trip. And this is a really great size for carrying on to most domestic and international airlines. Even for something like Air Asia or Ryanair, I still feel like I would be able to carry this on pretty easily. And then I really like that duffels offer a little bit of a smaller look, even though they're able to hold quite a bit, just because they're usually not that rigid. They always seem to just be able to look a little bit smaller, and I also like that because it's not rigid, it's easier to squeeze into some tighter spaces, particularly into overhead storage compartments that are getting a little bit fuller. There always seems to be a little bit more flexibility with how you can store duffel. So just a really nice kind of balance of capacity here while still not making the bag look too big. One thing that I will mention here is even though the capacity is carry-on friendly, the bag does come in at around 3 to 3.5 pounds when it's empty. It's a very rugged bag. The materials feel durable, but that's something that you'll have to keep in mind, as if you fill this out with a ton of stuff, it will likely go over the weight limits on some of the smaller airlines that are a little bit more strict with that. So most of the time I've been lucky and I haven't had to weigh my bags while going onto those airlines if it looks small enough, but just something to keep in mind that if you do happen to get called to weigh this, it might be a little bit over depending on how much you pack it out. And then as far as carrying the bag, in addition to the handles that we saw earlier, the bag also includes a really comfortable shoulder strap here. I love how this has been implemented. The padding on this shoulder strap is really thick and soft, so it feels great whether you're wearing this as a shoulder bag or crossbody. And then it also has a nice amount of adjustability. And then the straps also have these really kind of durable metal buckles here, so it just has a very premium feeling. They're very easy to get on and off if you don't want to take the strap with you. And then I love the loops that have been used here. It just gives you a lot of peace of mind that this is going to hold up well even when you have a lot of weight that you're carrying on this strap. And then moving into the organizational options, this is really where the bag shines in my opinion. It has tons of awesome pockets and they're really well laid out and all very usable. And this is another benefit that I've found a lot of times to traveling with more of a shoulder or duffel style bag. I just feel like you have a lot of quick access to all the different areas of the bag. So jumping in on the front, you have two kind of larger quick access areas. They have a really nice zipper that opens up very easily. And these compartments have a nice amount of volume. They're a little bit kind of gusseted here, so they stick out. If you want to place something a little bit thicker, you're going to have a little bit of extra flexibility, which is always nicer than some of the flatter compartments than you find on a lot of travel backpacks. And so jumping in, what I currently have here is my Blue Pop portable Bluetooth speaker and power bank. And then I also just have a simple lightning cable to charge my phone and my iPad. And then the last thing that I have here floating around near the bottom is my GoPro Hero 3 Plus. So again, these bulkier items fit in here really comfortably and it doesn't really make the compartment look super packed out. So I love the amount of volume offered here. And then on the inside, you can see it has this brighter gray lining to make it a little bit easier to see everything that's on the inside. And then you also have some nice simple internal organization here. So all the way on the right, you have a little bit of a larger slip pocket. It's not super padded or anything like that, but it offers a nice amount of space. Currently what I have in here is just my Apple AirPods Pro, but that would have been a great spot to maybe put something like a mouse or a portable hard drive. And then on the front of that, there is an additional mesh slip pocket here. It may be a little bit tough to see just because this compartment doesn't open fully flat, but it just offers another nice kind of area to help keep some of the smaller accessories that you might want to carry with you a little bit more separated. And then on the left side of this compartment, you have a few small slots for holding something like a pen or a stylus, which is what I currently have here. And then I also really like that it has this lanyard with a metallic clip that's going to be a great spot to attach something like your keys, or in my case, I just have my Gerber Shard multi-tool, which I like to take with me on a lot of trips. So really love all the different organizational options here. And then because of this orientation of the compartment, it's really nice to be able to access these pockets while you're still wearing the bag. On the compartment on the right, you have a similarly sized area here, plenty of volume. There's not a whole lot of internal organization in this one, so it has a little bit of a simpler layout, but I really like the amount of space offered here. And so jumping in, what I currently have is my Ray-Ban sunglasses with their case. And then I also have just a simple deck of cards that I like to take with me while traveling. And then besides that, I don't really have a whole lot of other things in here. There was still some leftover space, but because of how many different pockets are offered throughout the rest of the bag, I chose to leave this one just a little bit emptier in case there was something I wanted to toss in while I was traveling. And then moving on to the other side of the bag, you have a larger slip pocket here that has this nice magnetic closure. This one's a little bit more open to make it easier to just quickly grab anything that's in this area, but I really like the use of the magnets here to just help it keep it a little bit more shut. And so opening this up, this is great for maybe some flatter accessories. Currently what I have in here is a full-size moleskin notebook, and then I also chose to place my iPad mini in here just so that I could get to it quickly. And then I also really like that this is kind of the back of the bag, I would say. So this side is normally resting against my back or my side while traveling to help keep it just a little bit more secure. And then you also have an additional zippered pocket here, and this has one of the features that's really distinct to Pakt's bags. They have this sort of mesh zippered pocket that you can pull out that's meant to be kind of a toss-in area for anything that you carry with you through TSA. All the items that you normally kind of have in your pockets that you have to take out and maybe place into a bin, such as your phone, your wallet, your keys, maybe something like your passport. Currently what I have in here is just my Field Notes notebook, but there's plenty of space in here for all the items that I normally have in my pockets, so I just threw them all in here. And then while you're going through TSA, because of this kind of red line, I guess the thought is that it'll be a little bit of a reminder not to forget to put these back in your pocket. So really interesting feature here. I know this is something that's also on Pakt's travel bag, and personally when I'm traveling, I still prefer to keep these sorts of items in a jacket or a blazer to make them just quicker to get on and off me while going through TSA. But this is another nice alternative to help keep those types of items secure and easily visible. And then moving into the main compartments of the bag, this is meant to sort of mimic a suitcase, so it splits open down the middle and it has kind of two main storage areas. But before opening the bag up completely flat, I do really like that you have access from the outside to each compartment of the bag, so whatever you need to reach in and grab, it's really nice that you can do so very easily without having to open the bag up completely, so a lot more convenient than an actual suitcase. And this is really where you get the benefits of both a duffel and shoulder style bag, along with the additional space and ease of packing that you get with a suitcase. So really like the implementation here and how easy it is to access each area of the bag. But jumping into the main area itself, as I mentioned, it opens completely flat for easy packing and so that you can easily see everything that's in the main area. And so there's two large compartments, but before jumping into that, on this kind of middle flap, you have a laptop sleeve that offers a nice amount of protection, plenty of space for up to a 15-inch laptop. Currently what I have in here is my 13-inch MacBook Pro, and this sleeve offers a nice amount of padding here. It's not fully suspended off the bottom of the ground, which I would have liked to have seen, but I also really like that because it's in the middle of these two compartments, it has a lot of padding from everything that you normally pack on the inside. And then on top of that, because of the orientation here, you can actually reach in and grab your laptop without opening the bag up completely. So really nice versatility there. You can get your laptop in and out really easily. And then on the inside, no sort of fleece lining or anything like that, but it does have the same sort of padded material here, so it really feels like your laptop is going to be very well protected while you're traveling. And then continuing on to the first main storage area, it's located behind the laptop sleeve here, and so it has this zipper that goes all the way around. I really like all the separation between the compartments to help keep everything in place and also add a little bit of compression to help just get a little bit more space out of the entire bag. And so a very simple layout in this compartment here. Plenty of space for all the items that I normally like to carry with me. So jumping in, first thing I have here is my double-sided and compressible packing cube from Arkedo that has some of my larger clothing items. And then I also have my Air Dop kit, which is one of the larger Dop kits that I use, but because I had a little bit of leftover space in this main area, I figured I'd toss that in there. And then I also threw in my Matador Nano Dry shower towel. Now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. So a very simple layout here. I like that there's no sort of compression straps. On the side, you have a few elastic mesh areas that are going to be great for storing some smaller accessories. This might be a great spot for maybe putting some socks or underwear. There's one on each side of the compartment. They're a little bit on the smaller side, so I chose not to use them as I normally just toss everything into packing cubes, but still nice to have these kind of small organizational areas. And then on the back, you have an additional zippered compartment that's just nice to have for some additional separation if you like to maybe separate some of your dirty clothes out. I chose to leave this empty as I didn't want to place anything in here that might cause some bulging to take full advantage of the space. So it's really nice that it just kind of lays flat and stays out of the way if you don't want to use it. And then the last area that we're going to take a look at is the other main storage compartment. And so this has this mesh zippered flap here to kind of help keep everything in place. It's also nice that this allows you to see what items are in this compartment. So opening this up, a nice amount of space in this area as well. They're very similarly sized, so you can really kind of distribute everything in the way that makes the most sense for you. Jumping into the items that I currently have here, I have my smaller packing cube that has my underwear and socks and other small clothing items. Next up, I have my Beats Studio wireless headphones in their hard shell case. And then I also have my Bellroy Classic pouch, which has some of these smaller accessories that I didn't want kind of floating around the rest of the bag. And then the last thing that I have here is a pair of Toms, which I like to take with me on every trip. And Pakt has actually thrown in this really nice kind of a laundry and shoe bag. I used it to store my shoes, but this is actually a pretty large bag, so it's going to be great for storing any dirty clothes, wet clothes that you might be carrying with you. So a really nice kind of bonus accessory thrown in here. And then on the inside of the compartment, very similar, simple layout to the one that we saw in the other large storage compartment. You have the same kind of elastic flaps along the side, so again, for any smaller accessories. And then you also have a zippered compartment on the back. And what I currently threw in here was just my collapsible nomadic laundry basket, which I like to throw in with me when I have a little bit more space inside of my bag to just kind of keep things organized in my hotel room. So nice to be able to kind of throw that in here. Again, for this sort of compartment, I would prefer to use this for anything a little bit flatter or smaller. So if I had other tech accessories or maybe some medicine, this might be a great spot to put it. So overall, I just really like the amount of space and organization offered in this main area and throughout the rest of the bag. It's been really easy and comfortable to use. I really love how much it's been able to hold. And if you're looking for a stylish shoulder bag that's gonna work great for one bag travel and hold up over the longer term, then this is gonna be a great option to check out. And so to wrap up, it's been a really great experience testing out the Pakt One Travel Bag over the past couple of weeks. The bag has a really great build quality, a nice organizational layout, tons of capacity, and I just really like the overall aesthetic that it has. And so you can normally purchase this on Pakt's site for about $275. At the time of filming, you can actually get this for about $205 on their site. They seem to be running some sort of a sale, and I'm not sure how long that's going to be going on. But at that $275 price point, this is definitely a bit of an investment, but the bag does have a really premium feeling build quality and a lot of interesting features, so it does compare well to other premium bags in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag this made me think of was the Air Travel Duffel, which we looked at a while back, and that was a really versatile shoulder style travel bag that had a ton of capacity and some really great organizational options. It also had a pretty similar kind of all black aesthetic to this, and it doesn't have some of the interesting organizational features as this one, so you can't open it flat kind of like a suitcase. It's just kind of one large main compartment. But I really love the build quality on that bag. It's very versatile, and if you're looking for a bag that's similar to this but going to be a little bit of a lower price point, then that's going to be a great option to check out. The next bag this made me think of is the Nomadic Travel Bag, which has always been one of my favorite more duffel style carry bags. I love the way you can pack that bag out. It has a ton of space, some really great organizational options, and a nice amount of weather resistance. That bag is also in a pretty premium price range. It's going to be pretty close to this one. And I really like that that bag actually offers backpack style straps. So if you like wearing a bag on your back, but you like more of a duffel style bag to just make packing a little bit easier, then that's going to be one of the best options to check out. Another bag this made me think of was the Wandered Hexat Axis Duffel, which we looked at a while back. That was another just really solid duffel style bag. That one also opens up flat like a suitcase. It had some really great organizational options, a ton of space, and a really great build quality. That bag's going to be a little bit bigger and heavier than this one, and it does have more of a backpack style carry, but if you're looking for something with a similar organizational layout that's going to work maybe a little bit better for carrying some camera gear, then that's going to be a good option to take a look at. The last bag that I'll mention here is the Standard Luggage Co. Travel Backpack, which is a really solid one bag travel bag. It has a ton of space, a really great build quality. It also has the ability to be used as a backpack in addition to a shoulder bag, and it can actually expand if you have to carry a little bit more stuff. That bag also comes in at under $200, so it's just a really great value. It's very durable, and if you're looking for just a versatile bag that's going to be able to kind of do it all, then that's going to be a good option to check out. With that being said, the Pakt One Travel Bag holds up really well against all those bags, and if you're looking for a durable and versatile travel bag that's going to offer a ton of capacity and a really great organizational layout, then this is going to be a great option to check out. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys think of the Pakt One Travel Bag, and if you prefer to travel with a shoulder bag like this or more of a backpack style carry. And if there are any other similar options that you think I should feature on the channel, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank the company again for sending the bag for me to test out. And if you guys found this video useful, please give us a like. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And thank you guys so much.